Hi guys. Okay, so one of our topics for today is going to be shuriken. I was honored by getting a invitation to teach under Chosun Ninjas in Sool Primer. So basically, what that allows me to do is it allows me to teach my own art and integrate it with parts of Insul or the Korean form of ninjutsu. So, I'm going to be doing that. And so I'm very deeply honored to be able to do that. I've been really busy here recently. But anyway. So, here we go. Today we're going to talk about shuriken, or at least in this video we're going to talk about shuriken. And since I'm in a shuriken friendly state, I can actually talk about various forms of shuriken that I could not do in other states. Okay? So, glad my foot wasn't there. Anyway. So let's go ahead and get started on the types of shuriken that some states are very leery of. The big bad ones. If you got a shuriken like this is called a hero shuriken. It's also called a shuriken. It's also, in some jurisdictions and laws, it's called a Chinese Death Star. I don't see any lasers on it. Sorry, Star Wars joke. Anyway. So, you have this type. This would be a, well, 6 point. Then you've got 4 points here, like this, and like this. Okay. Which one do I like better, 4 point versus 6 point, or any other point? I like the good old standby 4 point. Let's talk about this one in particular real quick. You'll notice 4 holes. Why would I have 4 holes there? Well, because if I had a type of cord, or like a slow match, and I soaked that, or I used that in conjunction with this, and I threw it, that's going to create a bunch of wind, isn't it? So that slow match is going to burn hotter and hotter and hotter and hotter, right? So what do you think is going to happen? That's going to eventually, and if I modify it just a little bit, like I'm thinking, I don't know, coat part of it and sterno as well, because the slow match isn't going to go out, and then when it sticks into a building or other target, then it will ignite that sterno, which will create a fireball. So now I've got flaming fireball shuriken death thing. It's not good. If I hit a person with this, it will cause them to be immersed in flame. And this is just for historical purposes anyway. If, however, I hit a building with this, and if the building is a wood building, it will also cause it to turn into fire as well. So, that's one of the reasons why you have holes. Okay? Yeah. Now let's talk about the other things about this. This is not sharpened in the traditional sense, or in some people's idea of traditional sense. Maybe you can see that against my forehead. It is the edges of these is not sharp. It's the point. Why? Because I may want to hold my shuriken like this, or like this, or like this. Remember? Okay? So, rather than having the edges sharp to where I'm cutting my fingers now I can use it to strike with. and I have multiple points to strike with as well. Okay? A couple of pointers on the Hero Shuriken. Okay, so let's talk about the other ones. In this case, bow shuriken. There's a lot of different types of shuriken. That's why there needs to be, multiple things. This is a 48 cent nail from Lowe's. Okay? Now, I have not sharpened the end because I'm training with them, and a lot of my training partners, they don't want puncture wounds for some reason. I don't know why. Anyway, most of them do not want a shuriken sticking through their arm like that. Can't say I blame them. So, if you're training with them, use them unsharpened. You can still throw them. Will they stick into the target? Well, no, but they will at least give you an idea of how to throw them, and if you want to use ones for throwing, you sharpen a few of these, and then you have a throwing set, and then you have a training set as well. Some people like to chop off the head of the nail. I do not. Here's why. There's actually 4 reasons why. 1, this can be used as a tent stake. Hey, that's pretty useful, right? All I gotta do is wrap my cord around there, do a quick slip knot, boom. Now I've got a great tent stake. First straight out. Second, it gives me something really comfortable to put my thumb against, okay? So if I'm using them in a defensive situation and I'm seeing that punch come, I can block off to the side, bring it back, and then boom, stab right away, okay? And if I'm stabbing into something hard, it's going to be a lot easier for me to do that, and it's going to be a lot more comfortable for me to do it that way. That's the second reason. The third reason, third reason would be, when I'm throwing this, the head is small enough that it's not going to interfere with my throwing technique. However, it will slow down the back end of the shuriken, thereby creating drag, which is actually a good thing because it makes it more accurate for me. Okay? Because thereby slowing down the back end, so at the end, front end is going faster, it's going to help it fly straight more. Okay? So, that's the third reason. Okay? The fourth reason. The fourth reason is similar to like I would use for the tent stake. I can take my cord, do a slip knot around the end of the nail here. I can put that cord right up against the head here. And now I have something similar to a rope dart as well. Now granted, the sides of this are unsharpened, but it'll still have a good impact because of the weight. Okay? Also, the point of it is still sharp, so when I do the thrusting techniques of using rope dart, it'll work. A little crude, but it will work. So, when we talk about, this is not a tutorial on throwing, so we'll do that later. Now, if you are going to sharpen these, understand that these are galvanized. If you sharpen a galvanized implement, you want to have a mask. Especially if you're going to be doing it on, a wrench grinder. Wear a mask. Because the fumes and the dust and the particulates from this galvanized stuff, it'll get into your lungs and it will mess you up. Okay? Wear a mask. Bandana. Something. Cover that face and nose. Okay? That's all I'm saying. Now, the question sometimes comes, well, how many shurikens should I carry? Well, how many do you need? Then carry that many. I personally will like to carry anywhere from 6 to 12 if I'm carrying shuriken. The reason why is because let's see. I've got 6 right here. 48 cents a piece, so $3. I could make shuriken just like this out of those junction box covers for the faceplate. I can make a set of these out of those, say about what, $1.50 a piece. So, you know, for less than $10, I can have a full set of shuriken, a little bit of elbow work, yeah, but a little bit of elbow grease, but I can have a good set of shuriken. Which leads me to my next point. This is 50 cents, and it will hold up to the abuse of repeated throwing into a target. Name a knife that'll do that for 50 cents. There isn't one. I haven't found one yet. So, that's part of it as well. And that also leads us up to the next point. Shuriken are meant to be thrown away, okay? If you are attached to your shuriken in any way, shape, or form, you don't need to be using it. You need to really reevaluate what you're doing, okay? Shuriken are used primarily as a distraction weapon. They are not, although they can be, they are not necessarily meant to be used as a lethal thing, unless it's in a close quarters combat situation and you're using it in conjunction with your taijutsu or your body movement or any of the other things that we've been teaching up until this point. So, a little bit of food for thought. Anyway, this topic will be revisited quite a bit, but I just wanted to give a little bit of a primer into the world of shuriken. So, thank you. I appreciate your comments. I appreciate your views. I appreciate your time. Defend your homes wisely.